Hi guys, today we're going to react to Sick Boy by REN.
Hi Ren, thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for seeing me.
Looking at your file here, it seems there's a very apparent interplay with your emotional state and your physical body. Have you ever heard of the trauma response?
I don't think so.
Basically, our bodies can get stuck in a negative feedback loop. Our subconscious can repeat patterns from the past, which can have a pretty drastic downstream effect on our biology. Essentially, your mind is making you sick.
Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy, looking for that fix boy, anabolic steroids, damn cell, poster boy, pass out, white noise, quick fix, snake oil, I'm about to break boy. Oh, what a shame, he's in pain, have another go, take another pill, here, take a couple more, let's see how you're doing in another week or so, you'll be feeling worse when the side effects will show, derealization, medical patient, losing patience with the process, walking hand in hand with Satan, complications with the medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration.
There's something there that popped up unignorable. He's in pain. He's going like, and then when she talks to him, he answers normally to her. He needs to keep himself composed. It's an act. He's not composed. He's about to explode, you know?
It's pain, frustration.
Yeah.
After we did Hi Ren as our first reaction to Ren, people have told us in the comments not to read the lyrics before. So yeah, we took your advice. We have not read the lyrics. So far, you know, I could pretty much get the gist of it. It's pretty cool. I love the sound of this. What I noticed was a similar setting as far as the video. It might not be the exact same place, but it looks, you know, pretty dingy, much like the one in Hi Ren, which to me, I think it's supposed to kind of symbolize what's going on in his head. It's all a bit dilapidated and everything. And yeah, I don't know. He's a friggin' talented motherfucker, really. I mean, you know, I mean, he really knows what he's doing. He's got this, I can't say that, you know, he's invented something new, but he has a uniqueness to him, much in the same way that, you know, certain artists like Eminem had when they broke onto the scene, where there's something slightly different about his sound that is very unique to him. He's got a signature there, even though, you know, the two songs that we've covered so far are you know, worlds apart as far as the style, but there's still something there that is kind of, you know, it's Ren. You can tell it's Ren.
I love the way he conveys pain. It's visceral. It's not just the words that are coming out of his mouth. What you said about the setting, it kind of makes you think about what's going on in his mind. It's like the aftermath of a lifelong struggle, and not just the visuals, but the sounds he makes and the music itself, the tone itself really brings it in. Without even listening to what she says, you get from her demeanor. I don't know if he directs the music videos, but from a filmmaker's perspective, you get from her demeanor that she's at a place where she's disconnected from what's going on with him. She has cookie cutter phrases and things to say to him, to try and help
general
him. General
empathy.
Help him, and it's not, she's not even close. She's not even aware of what's going on with him. It gets conveyed here perfectly before we even started thinking about the lyrics.
Yeah, it's almost like she can't see him.
Yeah,
it's interesting. Again, like you said, it's visceral because he makes you feel his pain. He makes you feel his frustration. It's not just there for us to watch. He kind of wants to bring us into his world, which is, you know, something that's really interesting about him. He wants to reveal as much as possible about what's going on in his head, and at the same time, that's what it does. It pulls us in. Just a really intriguing artist. Definitely.
Yeah, it's a different kind of pain, and I think he's dealing with the question of how to convey that into song. It's not heartbreak. It's not something that most people can relate to. It's something that few can relate to, those who go through it, and others need to compare it to other things in their life to be able to understand it. So he's left with this challenge, how to convey that to an audience. And it's going to be a challenge for the entirety of his career, I believe. And that's why he's going to probably need to reinvent himself every time when he does a project like this. Very impressive.
And I think I kind of said this when we covered High Ren. There's something which I I said it's not quite a gimmick, but that's what I called it, so that people will be able to understand what I mean. And I said it has this thing to it, that song. And if he's going to try to write that same thing with every song, it's not going to work. But obviously he's very talented, and I hope that he would bring something different. And I think he does that here. I think it's different enough to not be sort of in the same. I don't know. It's not even the same genre, so you can't really look at it as too similar. Although there is a similarity in sort of style and what he wants to convey. I find him hypnotizing.
Yeah, I do too.
And there's a certain like level of aggression, but also like the beat. It's like this kind of old rap that really kind of draws me in. I'm loving the sound, and I'm listening to the words, and I'm really into what he's doing. Very, very cool.
It gets me thinking about whenever we're listening to songs of his again, we will be at some point surprised by the direction he's taking.
Yeah, like with this one, I don't know if I'm surprised, but I'm very much intrigued. Like it's like yeah, give me more. Give me more. I want more.
Yeah.
Inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration. Drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown. I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground. I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound. I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
Is this all making sense, Ren?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. What I propose we do is we try to pinpoint the exact experiences from the past that are keeping you stuck. What can you tell me about your childhood?
I can't really think.
It's okay if nothing comes up right away. What I'd like you to do is take some deep breaths with me. In and out. In and out. Good. Now tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's it. We're given everything we need and we commoditize it. We consume, we destroy like we're parasitic. Science tells us that it's suicide and still we commit. I'm not sick, we are sick. We are standing on a cliff in the name of progress. We jump off the precipice. I'm not sick, I'm the virus, you're the virus, hypocrite. How can you sit there with that smile on and tell me that I'm sick? Sick boy, looking for a fix, boy. Push it down in public, quick pose for the big boy. Record label meetings that commodify your gift, boy. Why you so upset? Don't you wanna be a rich boy? Fuck no, industry is cutthroat. I've been doing bits by myself, swimming backstroke, walking on a tightrope, rapping with a slit throat. The way that we persist is like the ending of a bad joke. As the people evolve, we're complacent to assailants and we do what we're told. Counterintelligence, a sight to behold. Rape the earth of all resources and we bleed it for gold. And we bleed it for wealth, we bleed it for fame. But when you bleed it, can you tell me what the fuck will remain? And I bleed in myself, I bleed in my brain. While I'm bleeding, I'm the reason, cause I'm doing the same.
Fire. This was fire.
Amazing. Meaning-wise, it feels like there's a heavy criticism towards the medical profession, with people trying to help people who suffer from what Ren suffers. What I felt, it's like the person who's talking to him, she's not even trying to admit that she has no idea how to fix him. She's calm in her demeanor. She has a bag full of tricks, and she throws it at him, and if it helps him or not, I don't know if it bothers her. What happened at the end where he just lashed out, in film language, he never lashed out. And the entire thing happens internally. That's why she's not reacting. So he's left still hurt, unfixed, but he goes through the regular treatment methods that don't work. And that's where the criticism lies. He's not better after having gone through that.
Yeah, because with the medical profession, they have these ready-made answers for you, and ready-made diagnoses. And it's like, they don't even try to kind of go deep. So which is something that happened with him in real life with Lyme disease, because he was misdiagnosed over and over, and he kept being sick, and then it became some sort of an autoimmune thing, and something that he's still suffering from today, but recovering. But it took time until they worked it out, and it's not just because it was hard to work out, it was also because they're friggin' lazy, and like you said, cookie cutter. That's exactly what it is, the cookie cutter approach. These are the symptoms, this is the disease, here, have a pill, and let's move on. $billion industry keeps churning while we're not getting better. But it feels like this song has kind of two parts to it. In the beginning, it's about the medical profession, and then he moves to a point where saying, it's something that he said in High Ren as well about, I'm not the one who's sick, it's the world that's sick. And he's talking about his frustration with the way the world works, to do with money, with commoditizing everything.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where he sees it as a sickness, that humanity has a sickness, which is something that he's struggled coming to terms with, which caused him all these, like, mental issues that he had to work out as a result. We put monetary value onto everything, which in turn strips it of any type of essence that it might have. That's kind of what he's so upset about. And coming from someone who's an artist, I can understand that, more sensitive to these types of things and how the world works, because the world really is seriously,
damaged. Yeah, it is.
So I completely share, a lot of his beliefs, and I can relate to everything that he's saying, which even more, kind of draws me into this really cool music and really cool way of performing and everything else. He is freaking amazing.
Yeah, he knows that the professionals that talk to him and have talked to him throughout what he went through, their objective is not to heal him. They look at him as a customer base,
a conveyor belt style of diagnosing people.
Yeah, you buy this and you consume this, so we'll get rich, and if you get better, that's just that's a collateral effect. We don't even care about that, as long as you take what we think you should take.
Because the second part of the song can also relate to that, because what they do is they commoditize people. So putting a monetary value on us strips us of any meaning, any essence, and they don't even look at us as people anymore. We're just dollar signs. It's just a really, really cool way of expressing these ideas and these thoughts in the song. And I liked also the way it ends, because it ended like an episode, like a chapter, like, hey, more to come. I'm not done with this yet.
Because he's not done.
It was
suffering.
a bit abrupt. It was a bit abrupt, and it's like this situation is still happening. We're not done yet. I'll be back. And I like that. I like that about him. He's intense, which I'm a fan of.
And when we say medical community, we don't mean it as an umbrella term. We're talking about the entrepreneurial medical community that's very agenda is to treat, or to try and treat illnesses instead of curing them.
Well, I could tell you from a personal standpoint, over the last few years since I've come back to live in Australia, I was my old GP, my old doctor, he family doctor, he's retired. So I was looking for a new doctor, and I've gone through 5 or 6, because my frustration was feeling like the doctors don't care about me. They don't care about my health. They don't care about what I'm telling them. They don't care about anything that might be wrong with me or whatever. They just want to give me their bullshit diagnosis that comes off a checklist and move me along so that they can get the next patient in. And I felt that with so many doctors that I've gone from one to the other, to the other, to the other, until recently I sort of, a few months ago, found one that I can, be okay with. But a lot of people that I've talked to have said the same thing to me. Doctors are not what they used to be. It's not a doctor that you can go into and actually have someone who cares about what is happening with you, who knows you because, you've been to see them however many times. It's now you are just another number. And all you are to them is, how much they can bill you and how much money they're going to make off of you. They don't really care about anything else. And it's a shame that this is the world we've gotten to. And this is almost how the medical profession is taught. Doctors come out, and this is what they think they should do. A patient, he has 15, maybe 20 minutes of an appointment, and we have to get them out the door as quickly as possible. So, this is what they have. Okay, here's your pill, here's your diagnosis, easy. They just don't care enough. It's pretty crazy, but that is the world we live in, which can drive you crazy, which is also something that he's talking about,
Yeah. And if you have a predisposed illness, they worsen your condition.
But that's the thing. It's like just caring, being empathic or just caring about what happens in the world and about even just about justice has become a form of disease because it leaves you open to being affected by this kind of crap. You know what I mean? So just sensitivity is a disease, you know?
Yeah, because Big Pharma knows there's no money in caring.
Just the way the world is, I'm talking about in general. If you are sensitive to these types of things, to the way the world runs and how it affects you and other people, you're open to having your mind messed with in all kinds of ways.
Yeah, have to desensitize yourself to survive.
Easier said than done, but yeah. Like I said, with this song, I'm not surprised, but he did slightly kind of blow me away again. And I am definitely, you know, I can't wait till we do another episode so I can hear more of his music.
Yeah.
I don't know if a lot of our REN fans out there who are watching this episode know, but we try not to listen to any music until we do it on the show. So we won't be listening to any of this stuff until we do it. So coming up, more REN coming up.
Yeah. More REN. I can't wait. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you'll get notified on all our future videos. If you have a request you'd like bumped up the line, please make it through Buy Me a Coffee. All contributions are, of course, very much appreciated. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
A lot of older stuff, especially 80s, today, when I listen to it, maybe not so much a lot, or it's not most of, but there is a lot that I listen to 80s, 90s, that has a bit of that cringe factor. You know, when I listen to it, it's like, oh, I used to listen to this. I used to like it. But with this, I don't have it. I'm like, yeah, this is still cool. This is still awesome. I would still, you know, crank this up and dance around the house like an idiot. Thanks, everyone. We appreciate you taking the time to view, to engage. We'll be back in a couple of days with a new episode. We hope to see you then. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.